Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength, Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
Hey everybody, welcome. So excited you decided to join us today. Before we jump into the podcast, I'd first like you to go over and check out our other podcasts, High School Hoops, the 5-minute basketball coaching podcast, Funnel Down Defense. Just finish this one first and then pull the car over or stop your run and go over and check the other ones out, download all of them. And leave a 5-star review. We'd love that. But we would like to give a shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. I believe in this. I don't have a lot of sponsors that I talk about, and Dr. Dish is one of them. I believe in this machine. It is great. It has helped our team. You mention Coach Unplugged, and they'll give you $400 off. That's all. That's probably the best compliment I can give. Is a lot of people approach me about being me talking about them and being sponsors on here. And Dr. Dish, I believe in them so much that. That's why I do it. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It is what I would have wanted as a young 25-year-old coach. I would have wanted all of these resources, and maybe it would have helped me win a few more state titles. I don't know. But from someone that's been a nationally ranked coach, and had nationally ranked teams and won numerous state titles. This thing is everything you need to take your team to the next level. We offer a 14-day free trial because we believe in it so much. Go over and check it out. And let's head off the podcast.
Okay. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops, episode 15. You will see we have a different face again in the crowd. Today we have Coach Daniel Thurman. Coach, how are you? What's happening? What can we help with today? And I love the fact that you could join us live on a podcast, so to speak.
Yeah, so I'm doing good. My name's Daniel Thurman, coach in East Tennessee, a 3rd and 4th grade age group. And our biggest issue is playing against the zone and attacking the zone. I guess is the big thing. We see a lot of 2-3, and recently we've seen a lot of 1-3-1. That is very hard for ball handlers to get to.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're saying what grade was that? You said 3rd and 4th grade. So we could debate till we're blue in the face of why is anyone running a zone at that age, but we'll save that for another podcast. So we'll try to see if we can solve your issue today. What offense are you running right now?
So our offense really is some makeshift of a lot of different things. It's basically just a pass and cut. And with one post down low, trying to get open, creating some space. But pass, rim cut, field the next spot is basically what we're doing right now.
Okay. And how does and it's girls, you said, right?
Yes,
girls, yeah. And how do the girls run that now? Is it pretty decent? I mean, for their age.
It works for about 5-10 minutes,
Okay.
and then they just start to watch.
Yeah.
Whoever has the ball, the other four just stand and watch.
Yeah. No, that's totally. And that's kind of expected at that age. So no surprises there, 3rd and 4th grade. Well, and you said, I think in your notes too, you said you have one decent ball handler.
We have one ball handler.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is fairly weak.
Yeah.
And one decent sized big girl. Other than that, everybody else is about the same size.
Okay. All right. So, typically when I run zone and we are against a zone, I would still stick with your pass and cut offense. It can still work, right? It's all about the passes. But here's a couple of things you might want to think about. So first off, if you're seeing a 2-3, right, zone, you want to attack that with the opposite. So you want to attack that with one person up at the top. Okay. Now, if you're seeing a 1-3-1, you attack with 2 people up at the top. Okay. So it's always the opposite. So if it's a 2-3, it's one point guard or one guard in the middle up at the top of the key. If it's a 1-3-1, then it's 2 people. Okay. So here's I'm going to go through kind of some steps, but I'll tell you a quick story. This was an older group, but kind of similar. We weren't that good, and we were playing a team that was really good. This was, I think, 5th or 6th grade girls. And they were playing a zone, and we couldn't shoot. We just weren't shooters, right? And second half, we were getting killed too. So the second half, I'm like, okay, what do we have to lose? So what I did, and this is something you want to think about, kids and then their coaches will get really impatient if you do this. Okay. So take 2 of your girls, put them away from the zone, all the way near the base, near the half court line. Okay. All right. Do you have and I'm assuming you don't have a shot clock, right?
No.
Okay. Just sit there and pass back and forth. Literally just pass back and forth. Okay. So what do you think the other coach is going to be doing after 10 passes, just back and forth to those 2 girls up on the top?
He's going to try to attack it.
And then guess what? Guess what you have? You're out of the zone. Okay. Now, are you going to get angry parents on the other side? Is that boring basketball? Absolutely. But it teaches that coach a lesson. You shouldn't be running zone at that age. And also gives you an opportunity. If you can't penetrate the zone, just pass back and forth. Just tell your girls, hey, we're going to stand up at the top of the key.
I like it.
And we're just going to pass back and forth until they come up and try to attack us. And then once they attack, they're out of the zone, right? If they attack with 1, they're out of the zone. If they attack with 2, even better. Make sure that, you have your 2 best ball handlers up on the top. And as soon as she sees them coming up, she attacks immediately. And you got to train that and work on that a little bit. But if you're struggling against that, that's one tactic that I would use to do that. It's a little tricky, but it worked for us. We came back in that game. They got frustrated as heck because we were just sitting there passing back and forth and forced them out of their zone because they couldn't take just watching us pass back and forth, right? So that was one thing. The other thing, so let's start from the top. So how do you beat a zone? And my kids can recite this nearly word for word. Fast break. Beat them down on the other end. Simple as that, right?
Yeah,
next one is fast passing. Okay, so fast break, fast passing, right? Just work on. So if you're not doing this fast passing up at the top of the key, work the sides. Just keep on passing the ball. One person to another, because that's causing the defense to shift, right? They have to move with the ball. They're trained to move with the ball. And then then pass fakes, right? So we're pass faking, that's getting them the shift, and then you can do a quick drive and maybe get to the elbow, right? In some of those cases. Overload one side. So you sounds like you were doing a 4-out, 1-in.
That's right.
Yeah, so definitely
we worked on an overload. It's at first didn't get it, so we just got to move back to the 4-out, 1-in.
Yeah. Yeah, and totally. And that's a tough thing to teach as one to do it. But you could also have you have your girls, 4 girls on the outside, and then you have your one following the ball, right? I don't know if you did that. So wherever if the ball's at the top of the key, your other girl is at the free throw. Your one inside is at the free throw line. It gets passed to a wing. She's at the elbow, right?
Okay.
It gets passed low. She's at the block, right? And she's literally inside, just following the ball around the key. Okay. Now, another thing you can do is let's go through these. So fast break, fast passing, pass fakes, overload one side, penetrate the gaps, ball reversals, and skip passes, right? So now skip passes might be a little tough in that age, but from wing to wing is ideal. If they can't get that, then just those quick ball reversals, right, to catch them. So when the ball is thrown and reversed, if it's quick, right, you want to quickly drive in and penetrate. Okay. So don't worry so much about, we need a zone offense. Work with what you have. You can still pass cut. I played a 5-out against the zone successfully with boys for years. Right? It works as long as they're cutting. We had shooters too, but obviously 3rd grade girls or even boys aren't shooting at the 3, right?
No, we're shooting inside the free throw line, and that's it.
Yeah. So the other thing too is with that girl that you have in, just what you want to do with her is when the ball's at the key, put her at the key. When the ball's at the top with your point guard, put that girl, make sure she's at the top of the zone. Okay. At about the free throw line, even between the free throw line and the key area, that open area, right? And if you can get her the ball, but her job is not necessarily to turn and shoot, her job is to kick it out to one of your sides who then can attack. Now, if she can turn and go, sure, right? I don't know how talented she is. I don't know how tall she is. If she's much taller than the other girls, yeah, have her pivot and shoot from there. Basically a free throw, right? But use her to pass within, and it's quick passes. You got to teach quick passes out of it.
Okay.
And
we
then
try to use that a little bit and then have my guard pass to her, and then the guard cut straight through and almost a handoff.
Yep, perfect. I was just going to say that. Yeah, if you can get a handoff in there or a quick dump pass for a short shot, definitely do that. The other thing is, are you setting any screens?
We're trying to teach screens. We have a few that understand it. The others, it's a moving screen all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So keeping the feet still is right now what we're working on.
Yeah. But you know what I would do though is again, we could debate if they should be running zone at that level. They should not, is my opinion. There should be no zone.
No, I agree. We don't run it. We're trying to learn man-to-man and help line. That's what we're trying to do right now.
They can't shoot at that age that far. So, it's not teaching them basketball. It's just teaching them how to, I don't even know what it's teaching them at that age.
Right now with us, it's teaching them to beat everybody and get a ring every time.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that's exactly what it is. It's just really frustrating. But my first line of attack would be that just passing back and forth. If they're going to play a zone, okay, well, we're just going to pass back and forth up at the top. And then
we play Saturday. We're going to try it. It's the first thing we're going to do Saturday.
And if you can, as soon as 2 people creep up or even a person creeps up, you attack. No hesitation. You attack right away. And then what that does is that opens up your wings. Because what's going to happen, let's say 1 attacks, you're going to have 4 girls. As soon as your 1 drives, you're going to have 4 girls on her. You might have a little dump pass out. So another thing to think about too is play behind.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrenta a sus rivales, enfrenta a tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre a la app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
The zone. Okay, and what I mean by that is if you're in, let's say they're in a 2-3, you could take the one girl that's on the inside, have her stand behind in the short corner.
Okay.
So what that does, it's one of these, the one girl that's near her is constantly looking over her shoulder or loses her, forgets about her, right? And then as soon as your guard drives, you might have a shot in the short corner.
Okay.
Yeah. So another thought there. And again, all of this stuff, I'm trying to think of like just easy things for you because they're third and fourth graders, right? So
the one thing we worked on in our last practice was we'd start with the ball on the wing and we reverse it all the way around to the other wing. As soon as we made the pass, instead of just cutting straight to the basket, we cut all the way through behind the big girl down low to have an open shot right there in the short corner. We'll see if it works Saturday if they remember what we're doing.
Yeah,
that was kind of the game plan for right now.
No, it totally makes sense because I was also going to say, if you have the 4 out, you could also have one girl just running baseline, right? And that's an easy concept. I did that with my third grade team as well. So essentially, you have one on the interior, and then one's running baseline, and then she should just get into her shot range. So if she can shoot a little bit, extend it. If not, then what you end up having is you'll have 4 girls on one side and then one on the weak side or one up on the top of the key for the ball reversal. So that girl's just either running, sideline to sideline or even short corner to short corner. Just running back. Once the ball gets reversed, that one girl's running just to the other side, and that way you're still keeping your spacing as well as that passing cut for your guards up on the top. It's a small little tweak for that one girl, right, versus a man. If you're playing against a man defense, but it's an easy concept. You just designate one girl to be the runner in the back, and then you pull her out. You extend her on her range. Obviously, like the likelihood of she shooting threes is not. So if she stays behind that last line of defense there, right? If it's a 2-3, you got the 1, 2, and a 3. If she just floats in behind them a little bit, that will help as well. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. Just keep it as simple as possible. Don't overthink it. Those are, and again, don't change your offense too much. If they pass and you want them to do a basket cut, still have them do a basket cut. The other thing just think about is just, I wouldn't say necessarily just set a screen, but bump into the girl as they're cutting a little bit. Give them a shoulder or something, or just get in their way. It might just loosen something up on the outside a little bit, or distract that one girl. Now, are you seeing when they're in a zone, if I pass to the wing, is the wing defender coming all the way out giving you ball pressure, or are they just staying kind of their hands up?
They're staying their hands up because they know you can't shoot.
Yeah. So that should create some opportunities for those quick passes and penetrations. So and some seals too, but again, these are third graders. What I always say too, if you have no shot clock, all you got to do is make one basket and make sure the other team doesn't score too. Meaning just hold on to the ball. I know that's a lot to ask for that age. The more you pass, the more mistakes they're going to make. So you got to work on passing, but at the same time there's no hurry. You got 40 minutes, right? If that's how long, I don't know how long your games are, but you got some time to just be patient, right? Any other questions there? Is that helpful? Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of help too. Some notes I'm going to try to do Saturday when we play.
Yeah,
especially try to slow it down a little bit. We've been trying to play fast to try to get ahead of everybody. That's not working.
Oh, okay. The fast break, I mean, yeah, definitely try to do that before they get set up in their zone. But if they are in their zone, then slow it down. Just passes, lots of passes, work that ball back and forth. Again, they're third grade, so they're not going to be able to whip it from one end to the other. But at least you can slow them down and pass it. Because what I've learned over the years is you start even just passing around the perimeter, the girls start creeping out in that zone, right? And they all of a sudden becomes a man-to-man.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happens, you create gaps and then you can drive, right? Yeah. Because then the coach is saying, get out on the ball, right? Because they want the ball back to try to score on the other end. And the zone at that age is going to break down. You just have to have patience with it, though. Yeah. Good. Well, hopefully that was helpful, Coach, and good luck to you with those. Please keep us posted. Let me know what happens, and keep up doing what you're doing. It's a great thing, for those kids, and that you're in it for the right reason. So, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you being a good listener to the podcast, and I see you on the Facebook group as well. So again, appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll keep you posted on what happens, especially this Saturday. So this might be our last one for the summer. Let's plan again in the fall. So because of stuff we can work on after this tournament. But yeah, we'll let you know, and we'll keep listening.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon. All right. Take care.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.